yeah, and welcome to the Q&A that I said I would be doing. I hope you enjoy, and I have my list of questions thanks to you guys, so we're going to crack on and answer them. So the first question came from Simon, and he said, if you could only stream one game for the rest of your life, what would it be? For me, I think it would be Jurassic World Evolution. I've been playing quite a lot of it on streams and things, so I do think that would be one game that I would love to play like constantly. It's just really fun. It's a bit like Zoo Tycoon used to be, which was one of my childhood favourites, but obviously this time round with dinosaurs, so I do think Jurassic World would definitely be the answer to your question. Chantel asked me, what would my dream destination be? I think for me, I would love to go abroad. I've only ever been to Greece and Paris and Berlin, actually, off the top of my head. So I think for me, it would be somewhere like Hawaii or maybe even Australia, that kind of thing, just to get a vibe of, you know, what else is out there, because I've only ever been to 3 places, like I've said. So I think for me, it'd definitely be somewhere in Australia. I think I'd just like to go travelling and just see various parts of the world, if I had the money to do so, of course. So, now Reese sent me a load of questions, so I'm going to read through them all one by one, like I have been doing. But he said, what's my favourite way to spend the weekend? Now, normally, on a normal weekend, I would probably be working the Friday and the Sunday. So normally I only really get a Saturday off. But when I do get a weekend off, most of the time I just like sitting, playing a few games, chilling out, watching a few streams, and just basically being, you know, just having a lazy weekend. You know, when you're at work all week, it's just nice to kick back, relax, and, you know, do what you want to do, basically. What type of music am I into? I'll be honest, I'm normally the kind of person to just watch previous music that I know I like. So I've been a big fan of Steps in my past. I've been a good fan of any Glee songs. And so I'm into pop, I would say, would be the genre that I would use. But I'm kind of a bit of everything. So some songs I'm more into than others. But I would say pop is definitely the type of music. The best vacation I ever took and why? Now, this one I think is difficult because I've been abroad to Greece and Paris and Berlin, like I've said before. So I have that on one side, but then I have a Butlins holiday. I'm about to go on holiday somewhere else, but I mean, I can't include that in this. So the best vacation abroad, I'm going to say, would be Greece, because the first year I ever went, I really enjoyed it, and to be honest, if I had the money to, I would definitely go back. Regarding in the UK, I would say Butlins Minehead was definitely one of the better holidays I've been on. And the reason being was just because it was with family. It's quality family time, and that's something that I feel happy that I'm able to do, because I know a lot of people can't always have family time. So for me, it's definitely Butlins in the UK and Greece when I was abroad. The next place on my travel bucket list and why? I don't have a travel place as such on my bucket list. Like I say, I would love to go to Australia, but I mean, it's getting the money together. So if that ever happened, that would be on my bucket list. But I don't actually have a place on my bucket list. I think for me, completing things on my bucket list would be something that I'd be aiming at. But if there was anywhere I could travel, it would definitely be Australia. So I think rather than saying that I'm going to put it on my bucket list, that's going to be an ambition that I may or may not fulfill in the future. What are my hobbies and how did I get into them? Well, one of them is something you're watching right now, YouTube. How did I get into YouTube? I think it was just one evening I sat watching a load of videos and I thought, do you know what? Let's give this a go. So on the 22nd of July 2014, I started a YouTube channel, and since then I've just been enjoying it more and more. So for me, YouTube is always going to be one of those platforms that I'm probably going to be using. Regarding streaming, I got into that through watching other streamers, and I got into drawing because, you know, I just decided, you know what, let's give this a go. So you may or may not have seen the previous video to this, but I'm a pretty decent drawer. And the only reason I came about that was just because I thought, do you know what, let's give it a go, let's see how we get on. So for me, my hobbies are drawing, streaming, YouTube, and I think that pretty much sums it up, to be honest. And blogging, I should also add. I do blog as well. My favourite age growing up, I think for me, it's going to be maybe 18, maybe 21. I can't really give you an exact decision on that. But I would say between 18 and 21, because 18 I was, you know, I'd already had a couple of like alcoholic drinks because like with family and things it's acceptable. But for me, 18 I think was probably the most exciting age, to be honest. What was the last thing I read digitally or in print? Well, if we're talking book-wise, the last book I read was... Can I think of it off the top of my head? I can't, actually. No, the last thing I read digitally was actually something for my panel that I do. So, regarding in print, I suppose the last thing I could say I read was these questions. But I think for me it's definitely a paperback book, but I couldn't tell you which one because I can't actually remember off the top of my head, which is really bad. But, yeah. Would I say I'm more of an extrovert or an introvert? I would say I'm more of an extrovert because obviously I do videos, I do blogging, I stream. So I'm quite confident now. I wasn't when I first started, I was really nervous, but actually I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things. So that's that one. My favourite ice cream topping. For me, ice cream topping. Well, if I have a ice cream at the seaside, it's always going to be a flake and a bit of like either chocolate sauce or strawberry sauce. But if you're talking in a tub, for me it's normally sprinkles or a bit of sauce on the top every so often. The last show I binge watched would be... well, if we're talking completely binge watched, I watched the whole of Jane the Virgin over lockdown. And I have been attempting to watch, I can't think of the name of it now. What's the name of it, Hayley? I can't think of the name of it. Breaking Bad, that's the one. There we go. Came to me eventually. I have been watching Breaking Bad, so that's something I'm kind of not binge watching as such, but I am getting through that gradually. So Breaking Bad is something I didn't think I'd be into, but thanks to some recommendations, I decided to go ahead and use it. Matt said, just a quick one for the Q&A, why do you have a bottle of Coca-Cola on your bookshelf? Now, you may or may not notice it's no longer there. The reason being is because it's down here on the floor. This was only there, basically, because I was going to use it to put with my Bacardi for like an evening drink, and I basically forgot that it was on the bookshelf. So when I saw your comment, I actually moved it, and as you can see, I have used a little bit of it. I normally don't buy full strength Coca-Cola, but I didn't actually buy this. This was from a takeaway place that delayed my order, so they gave me a free bottle of Coca-Cola, which was amazing. So there's that. And then Max asked me what's my favourite purple possession. Now, I'm not going to lie, I did go all around the flat and I was trying to find things that I think would be classed as my favourite. And for me, personally, it would have to be... I don't know if this is going to count, but I have two that I'm going to share with you. So, the first one is my Troll Beads bracelet that I was given a very long time ago. I only get a chance to wear these every so often. So this is definitely purple, and it's got all the little like charms and things that you can get put on it, which is always amazing. So there is that, which is kind of cool. But then also, some of this is purple, so I'm going to count it. But my Pandora bracelet that has all of the charms and things on it, there's like a couple of purple ones. So there's that one there, there's this one here, and there's the heart one here. For me personally, this is one of my most prized things because it's just got so many charms on it. It's got the charm from when I turned 21. It's got a doggy charm. It's got a spaniel doggy charm. So I am hoping to add a couple more charms onto this. So this is secretly hidden away at the moment. But I think that's definitely my prized possession, and it kind of counts as purple. I'm not sure for definite. I've just noticed there's a chance I have got another question sent through. So let's see if I can quickly open this and see what the questions may or may not be. So the question that has just come in says, how long did it take you to feel confident doing your videos? And that is from Sammy. For me, doing videos was, gonna be honest, it took me quite a while. Like I say, I started in 2014. I would say by 2016, I was feeling like properly confident. But I think for the first few weeks, I wasn't really sure how the videos were going across, how people were feeling about them. But it's just practice. The more you practice, the more you film your videos, and the more you put yourself in front of a camera and just crack on, the more confidence you will get. So for me, I would say it possibly took me a month to begin with to get like completely comfy with filming and things. But now I can just sit here and do it. Like you've just seen the Q&A video that I've just made. So like I'm doing now, this isn't actually going to be edited, so I'm just going to let this video roll out as it is. But for me, I would say it takes me about a month maybe to get comfy into something. With streaming, I started that in January and I'm in July now and I'm comfy with that. But I would say roughly a month to get used to the filming, the editing, and, you know, just being comfy in front of the camera. So I hope you've enjoyed the answers to my Q&A. I appreciate everybody for sending me questions. So thank you to Simon, Chantal, Reese, Matt, Max and Sammy for all your questions today. And if there are any more questions, I will probably make a second video. So please feel free to send me more and I'll make another video for you guys as well. So thank you for watching and I shall see you soon. Bye.